So we actually talked about this briefly in this segment on Barbie and some of the other stuff. Lesbian domestic violence proves it's not just a male problem. From the Spectator Australia.
Domestic lesbian violence would have to be exclusively a female problem, would it not?
Not anymore, because you can...
Well, fair, yeah. Yeah, men are making better women.
You may recall the campaign running on national television a few years ago. The ads were part of the Australian government's campaign designed to help break the cycle of violence against women and their children. Yeah, because men can fuck off and die. It suggested that all the perpetrators of domestic violence were strictly male. Yeah, that's not fucking surprising. For example, the Albanese Labor government is presently funding a range of new initiatives through this budget to help deliver the national plan to end violence against women and children. Yes, because it's never the plan to end domestic violence. It's all about ending the violence against women and children because they don't care about men.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the Spectator says that. But what about domestic violence against men? I have no intention... Oh, stop deflecting. Stop covering your ass. Just fucking say it. I have no intention of minimizing the problem of domestic violence against women and children. One must speak out loud and clear against violence against anyone, regardless of age, gender, and sex. No, shut up. They abuse... No, I probably can't actually say that anywhere that's recorded. However, it is a myth that domestic violence is all about men hurting women in heterosexual relationships. Domestic violence is also a silent epidemic in lesbian relationships. As the studies of lesbian violence demonstrate, women are capable of being as violent as men in intimate relationships. Violence among same-sex couples is apparently 2 to 3 times more common than among married heterosexual couples. That's not true, because domestic violence between gay men is actually lower than in heterosexual couples.
Oh, yeah, because they don't have the upper body strength.
Are you saying that the average lesbian... Well, actually, that would be true, wouldn't it? The average lesbian is stronger than the average gay guy.
Stop proving me so correct.
For example, about a decade ago, the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's National Intimate Partner and Sexual Violence Survey reported on the lifetime prevalence of rape, physical violence, or stalking by an intimate partner, focusing for the first time on victimization by sexual orientation. It found a victimization of prevalence of 43.8% for lesbians, making it the second most affected group after bisexual women, 61.1%, ahead of bisexual men, 37.3%, heterosexual women, 35%, heterosexual men, 29%. And there we go. I was right. The article was wrong. They're idiots. Homosexual men, 26%.
I'm just saying, like, it's not even worth my fucking time to go watch it, let alone fucking spend all this time talking about fucking some stupid woman's opinion about something. Why do I care?
Yeah.
This woman.
Oh, technically, this was a segue to the next article. Because
okay, fine, as long as it's the segue. But I was like, oh my god.
But this actually was a pre-planned article. But apparently the segue is so fucking good that Crow missed it entirely.
I was just like, oh god, this article was dragging on. Now they're talking about abuse.
Lesbo Barbie, now with extra bruises.
Yes.
Now with real punching action.
Kung Fu grip and everything.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, 26%.
Oh no, I've killed Crow.
Oh god.
So, victimization prevalence. So, I assume that means the percentage of people who respond to the surveys who have been victimized. Homosexual men, 26%, which is lower than heterosexual men, 29%. Right. So, women abuse heterosexual men more than homosexual men abuse each other. And yeah, bisexual women, 61 fucking %.
Ooh. Well, you gotta get abused from both sides, apparently.
Though I do wonder if that's because they get caught sleeping with their boyfriend catches them sleeping with the chick and then punches them. Don't do that, but I understand the motivation.
I just realized all these like made up gender bullshit terms. Let's just change it to abuse references. So it's like, well, gee, I'm abuse fluid.
Yeah. But it does seem to be that the more women involved in a relationship, the higher the rate of domestic violence.
Exactly. So polyabusive.
Maybe we should have abuse festivals, since Pride is all about this shit.
I mean, Pride's just abusing the sensibilities.
Exactly.
A new study from Rutgers University has found a significant increase in domestic violence in lesbian relationships. The study is entitled, okay, take a breath, folks, because studies are written by stupid people. Socio-demographic characteristics, suppressive symptoms, and increased frequency of intimate partner violence amongst LGBTQ people in the United States during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I'm sorry, could you say that again, please?
Do you want me to say it again properly or stupidly? Because I can do both.
Yeah, I mean, make it fabulous.
I can't. Socio-demographic characteristics, depressive symptoms, and increased frequency of intimate partner violence among LGBTQ people in the United States during the COVID-19 pandemic. Need to take a break now.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll be back next week to conclude after that mouthful.
Yeah. The above study used a survey of 1,090 LGBTQ plus pedophile individuals. It found that bisexual women, followed by lesbians, are the most likely to suffer from all forms of intimate partner abuse. The same study also found that in cases of severe violence, the numbers are 49% of bisexual women, 29.4% of lesbian women, and 16.4% of homosexual men. Yeah, again, it seems that the more women are involved, the more violent it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The violence comes out more frequently in lesbian relationships, both as resistance and as aggression, should put aside our preconceptions of gender socialization and roles. Well, what do you expect when you've got two turbo who are desperate to prove that they're men?
Tristan says he had a girlfriend cheat on him once. When she told me she cheated with another woman, it didn't bother me anymore. For whatever reason, sapphic nonsense just didn't register with me as betrayal.
Oof.
Well,
I don't know if that's a good thing. I think that's actually pretty negative because
no.
technically she has fucking fucked about. And not only did she fuck about, but she's picked someone who, she's picked a woman over you kind of thing,
Well,
That I think should hurt.
for me, it's always about the betrayal rather than the act itself. I don't care who she's fucking. It's the betrayal that's the problem. If I didn't care about that, it'd be an open relationship. Pro tip, don't do those. And not because I disagree with the open part, I agree with the relationship part.
Lady O'Linden asking, does sex with other women count in a woman's body count? Yes,
Yes, it does.
Fucking Luca.
Yes, because your body count, you can define body count as as unique chances of acquiring an STD.
Yes.
The more people you fuck, the more chances of STDs you have. So your body count is the amount of people you could have acquired an STD.
Yep. It's just simple as.
So Erin Pizzi, fuck off, you dumb slag.
Didn't she try opening a abused men's
No,
shelter?
yeah,
and got
that was
shut
my
down?
second thought. Yeah, well, didn't she actually try that for men? So she might have actually been one of the good ones. I might be confusing with someone else. Her own
I think you are, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Her own experience is that women are just as capable of intimate partner abuse in both the physical and emotional sense as men. When she opened her refuge for battered women, 62 of the first 100 women to come through the door were as abusive as the men they had left. And when when feminists started demonizing fathers in the early 1970s, she felt morally obligated to state, women and men are both capable of extraordinary cruelty. We must stop demonizing. Okay, I've got to stop for a moment to criticize the fucking font they're using. What the fuck is this crap? I can't read the bloody thing. Fucking hell. We must stop demonizing men and start healing the rift that feminism has created between men and women. This insidious and manipulative philosophy that women are always victims and men always oppressors can only continue this unspeakable cycle of violence. And it's our children that will suffer. She said in the 70s and was spot fucking on.
Mm-hmm.
Official figures grossly underestimate the amount of female perpetrators of domestic violence, while male victims are reluctant to disclose when they've been abused by women. Yes, because they'll then get arrested and accused of doing something to her to deserve it.
Or, have their manliness undermined and all that, trash.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like, when a woman's just beating the living shit out of you, you know what? You're abused. It's okay. And most people are going to be, if they're worth a damn, and be like, well, holy shit, do you need a place to stay until you can, extract yourself?
And yeah, basically they go on to say that, there's even the cruel assumption that every male victim is actually the perpetrator. To test the availability of support services to these victims of domestic violence, a Melbourne-based psychiatrist rang the Men's Referral Service. This is how he reported his experience. I rang them on 2 occasions in relation to male victims. Both times I was told that if I had dug deeper, I would have discovered that the men were the perpetrators.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Welcome to Australia, where men are evil. The Australian media and government also often frame child abuse as a father's problem, which is odd because nearly all child abuse is done by women. Well, that's probably not entirely true, but it's over 50%, I'm sure, of children are abused by the mother.
Yeah,
A cult is women only. It's called a coven.
Indeed, child abuse overwhelmingly occurs in households from which the biological father is absent. Gee, I wonder how that happened. According to the US Department of Health and Human Services, on average, fathers who live in a married household with their children are better able to create a family environment that is more conducive to the safety and necessary care of their children. Consequently, children who live with their biological father in a married household are significantly less likely to be physically abused, sexually abused, or neglected than children who do not live with their married biological parents. What's that? Single parents bad? Yeah, sounds about right.
That next paragraph, although it's really just 2 sentences, to conclude that it is a sexist myth that domestic violence is all about men hurting women in a heterosexual relationship. It's not. Women dish out a lot of violence too, including against children.
Especially against children.
Shall we point to all of the teachers that we've covered in Nonce Watch?
Shall we point to the woman from last episode of the Soldiers of Chardonnay who tried to arrange a hitman to take out her kid?
Oh God, yeah.
But Bleach wasn't here for that, was he?
I
No.
wasn't. Oh wait, I was.
You were the only one
You
that
just
was.
blocked it out of your memory.
I'm a retard. Let's move on. Okay.
But yes, a woman went to rentahitman.com. Yes, that rentahitman.com, famous for the Air National Guard fuckhead. She went there and tried to get a hit taken out on her toddler.
Why though? I don't understand.
Because she's
It's
stupid.
just these people. These people. I mean, it's like I'm going to log into the government and tell them I'm going to commit a crime.
The worst part was
Basically,
we Googled the website and literally, so the first result is the website. The second result is the Wikipedia article that goes to parody website.
It's disgusting that people are that dumb, honestly.
And so, the Spectator is, well, they're slightly right of center, which basically makes them evil Nazi fascists. But they're nowhere near as right enough. So, they've got other articles. Hidden male victims of domestic violence. Domestic violence is too serious an issue to be used by bigots bashing Christianity, etc., etc. How abuse of violence orders corrupts our family law system. The myth of white male supremacy. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing.
Well, the whole state of the West is, and it shouldn't be. We used to be the pinnacle of human civilization. And then look what happened to us.
Ladies, please take your trash out.
Yeah. Also, I will say, I've noticed a kind of a telltale sign with women who have like the full sleeves tend to be more on the abusive side.
People with
My
full
ex
sleeves
had
tend to be on the
tattoos.
abusive side.
My ex had a lot of tattoos and nose piercings, and can confirm pulled a knife on me. So
Yep.
Oh, well, don't bother calling up the Australian government for help, Crow, because they'll ask you what you did to deserve it.
yeah,
What did
Like,
you do
well-
to deserve?
she must have had good reason to pull a knife on you.
Why were you So you were abusing her and then she pulled out the knife, right? What? No? Kafka would be fucking proud. If you enjoyed this segment from the Sons of Chardonnay podcast, please consider joining us live exclusively on rumble.com/c/Sons of Chardonnay. A special thanks to our Subscribe Star supporters who you can currently see scrolling past on your screen.